Hello everybody, this is Roll of Winterbrose, and in this video segment we're going to demonstrate the importance of doing a position test on your model designs for Unity 3D. Here you can see we've loaded Unity 5.5 with a blank project, a brand new project, and it may not be obvious in the viewport here with the grid on the floor exactly where the world 3D space is. We can presume it's right here where the mouse cursor is, but that's just if you've moved it around a little bit, you may not know exactly. So we're going to show you really quick before we load a test object how to actually determine the world center. So you would go up here, you can go to Game Object, Create Empty, and that'll load an empty on the floor. And if you look in the right over here with it selected in the inspector, as long as it's got a position of 0, 0, 0, you know it's exactly on the game center. Now it's not actually a visible object. You can see it's kind of an empty object, so nothing's there. But so you can see that which part of the grid is actually the, oops, I zoomed too far. You can see if you rotate around and move the position, move it around. Oh, sorry, let me grab it again. So that's the world center right there. So now you know exactly where the center of the 3D space is, so you can test your model. Now, if you already know where it's at, you don't need to do the game object empty, but we suggest that you do just to keep it in reference. So now we're going to go ahead and load in an object we want to test. For this test, we're going to use one of our potion bottles from our set we recently released. What I'm going to do really quick is I loaded it in. I'm sorry, I'm just going to load it without bothering all the pieces. Okay, there you see the actual glass itself. You can see if we turn it on and off, you can see. Now don't get confused by these controllers here for the transforms. Because those are the ones for the glass. If you have a click for the game object, there's still the center of the world. If I click the game object, so I turn the bottle back on. Excuse me, turn it back on. Sorry, I missed the glass. My apologies. Okay. Now if I turn it back on and I select the game object, we move around. You can see that the glass bottle is sitting on the floor. Right there in the center. We'll try to, let's see if we can rotate around to the very top here. And you can see, if we get straight on top of the bottle, that it's actually centered right there on the axes, on the game plane floor where that empty cube is, or empty object is. So you know that we can see the bottle is there. So we're going to quickly reposition it back. There we go, we got it back. Okay, so now with the test for this part of the potion bottle did work. We know it loads in the right place. Now we're going to show you something that intentionally is not loading on the floor plane in the 3D space. That will be the cover, which is the top for this bottle. So we're going to hide the bottle really quick, and we'll turn on the cover. And what we're going to do is select this game object again. And if you look closely, you can see that it's way up here in the air above the ground plane. And that's intentionally loaded that way because it's intended to go with the glass bottle. So we'll turn the glass bottle back on. And you see how it rests on top inside the bottle. So for the most part, if you have a model design that is intended, it's the main part, or it's all by itself, it's a single piece, you'll probably want it to, unless it's end users expect it to load somewhere else, you'll always want it to load right here in the center of the 3D space at 0, 0, 0. Except for like this cap, which we expect to load above, so it'll be where it sets on the actual glass bottle. We hope you enjoyed this video presentation and you've learned something about position testing your 3D models in Unity 3D, and have a great day.